Hey, what's going on, y'all? Yesterday was the last dash of 2025. Kind of wanted to go over some numbers. I tested out a new market. I tested out a new area um, yesterday as well. I was recently talking to another dasher who was dashing in a different area, and he was showing me some screenshots of what he was making, and I was like, wow. I mean, those numbers are slightly better than where I'm dashing currently. And then I was like looking at his like stats and everything like that, and he's actually under me. So I'm like, okay, well, if I got better stats and I'm dashing in the same area, maybe I'll do better. I don't know. Let's test it out, right? I mean, sometimes you don't know how a market's going to be until you test it out. So I went out last night because I had some things to do in the morning, so I didn't get to go out until like 5 o'clock. I said, I'll do the dinner. But I was only gonna work a few hours, to be quite honest with you, because we had a little shindig going on at the house, and I wanted to see my grandbabies. So I was only gonna put in a few hours. So here we go. So this was the first offer, okay. And again, I've never drove in this area, so it was $15.25 for 7.7 miles. Okay, Mexico Real. Very, very nice Mexican restaurant, by the way. Very, very flamboyant. Smelled great going in there. I think I drove by it a couple of times because I've been in this part of town. I've just never dashed in it. So 1525, 7.7. I was kind of on the verge. I'm like, I mean, the only good thing is it stayed in zone. It stayed in the zone that I wanted to stay in. It didn't take me out of zone or anything like that. So I said, you know what, I'll just give it a shot. If anything, I can kind of park up there and maybe get an order from there and not have any dead miles coming back. So just because it was keeping me in zone. So I took it. 1525, 7.7 miles. And as you can see, I took a couple pictures of where I was going. I was going to some sort of resort. And it was beautiful there, y'all. I mean, this is up in rich country, So yeah, it was very beautiful, as you can tell. I was going to the Garden of the Gods Club and resort. So first time ever going there. But it's kind of like just a hotel, but just a really fancy one, and valet service and everything like that. I asked the guy, like where the room number was, and he told me, he's like, oh yeah, just, take a right and go up the stairs. It's right there. So, easy drop off, super easy. Now yesterday I did have some app issues. And what I mean by that is, when you normally drop something off and you take the picture, you get like a little summary, like a little dash summary saying how much you made so far on this dash and then how many orders you accepted out of how many. I wasn't getting that. Every single order, like as soon as I got done dropping an order off, it would just go straight to the map. It didn't give me that summary. So keep that in mind as I'm going through here. That's why there was no summary after that first order. But then I got this one, okay, and pretty close to where I was at. Again, like I didn't have to really drive that far. So $17.40 for 3.2 miles at Wingstop, and it was a catering order. It was like 50 wings. So even though it was considered a catering order, it wasn't that big. Like it just fit in my standard bag. But $17.40 plus for 3 miles, bro, we taking those all day. That was a great order. And it was 2 items, but it was to the same customer. So, and as you can see, it was a business handoff. So it wasn't something I had to set up or nothing like that. It was literally like, here you go. So again, no order summary, guys. But I'll show you at the end, my order summary at the end. And then I got this order for Qdoba, $11.50 for 5 miles, 5.2 miles. And this was 2 separate orders, 2 separate drop-offs, but same restaurant, just two customer drop-offs. Very easy, 5 miles on the street, no time at all. I definitely got done with that pretty quickly. And then when I dropped the first order off, I was en route to the second order, and I got this add-on for Five Guys Burgers and Fries, $10.25 for 71 feet. Literally 71 feet. I was like, bro, that's great. And I get like $5 for 71 feet, or $4 or $5 for a mile. This is $10.25 for less than a mile. I was ecstatic. I'm like, I don't be getting these kind of orders. So it was kind of nice. And I never been to this Five Guys before. I do go to Five Guys a lot, but the one usually up by, the area I dash in. This was a totally different one. But it was cool. It was actually better because they actually had the order ready. They were just waiting for the fries to finish up. Usually when I go into the other one, they don't even start the order until you walk in and say, hey, I'm here for so and so, and then they actually start making it. This one, they actually already just got done with the burger and they were waiting for the fries to get done when I walked in. So I was probably there not even a minute. And then I got another add-on, for $9.40 for 3 miles for Ohana Kava Bar. So the only thing is this is downtown, and I don't really like trying to find parking downtown. So that was the only drawback to this. But luckily, even though it was super busy out that last night, luckily I was able to find parking. As soon as I pulled up in front of this, it was like a little coffee bar or whatever. As soon as I went to pull up, a car was actually pulling out. And he still had time left on his timer. He had like 10 minutes left on his timer. So I didn't have to throw no money in the meter. So I just literally ran in there, grabbed it, and dipped. It was ready. It was like 3 little shot bottles of like mango something. I'm not sure what it was, but it was super easy. And then I got a Little Caesars, $10.75 for 5 miles. So I accepted this one. But then as soon as I got into Little Caesars, they gave me an add-on for $9 for an additional 1.3 miles. So altogether, it was $10.75 and 9, so $19.75 for 6 miles. Almost $20 for 6 miles. Crazy good. Okay. And then I dropped both of those orders off. And then this one, so as soon as I dropped both of those orders off, I got another order for Little Caesars. This was a different Little Caesars. So I accepted this because it's $9.24 for 4 miles. So I was like, okay, cool. Solid offer. So I went there, and as soon as I pulled up, there was like 30 people waiting. And I'm just like, and I saw like four people in there with red bags. So there was like at least 4 dashers. And there was like 30 people waiting. The line was outside. I wasn't even able to walk in. So what I did is I looked through the window to see if the names were on the little, like the little pizza, like holding place or whatever, the pizza portal. So I looked on the screen for the pizza portal to see if my customers' names were on there, and they weren't. Because if they were, I would have just bypassed everybody, went in there, plugged in the numbers, grabbed the pizza, and bounced. But they were not on there. So I'm like, man, so now I'm going to have, who knows how many people are in front of these customers. And I wasn't going to wait that. It was going after 8:00. I'm like, nah, I'm just going to unassign it. The thing that sucked is because it was a stacked order. So I lost 2% on my completion rate. I was at 100. So when I unassigned from the first order, it dropped me down to 99. It didn't let me do a worry-free. Maybe I used them all. I don't know how that works, but it didn't let me do a worry-free. Even though I said the line was 30 plus minutes long, they didn't. It's like DoorDash just didn't care, So when I unassigned the first one, it dropped me to 99, and then when I unassigned from the second one, it dropped me to 98. So I went from 100 to 98 on this. So I'm not too happy about that. I don't know if I should call somebody and talk to. It's crazy that they would hold that against you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should have just waited the 10 minutes. Maybe the worry-free would have popped up then. But like as soon as I pulled in and I saw that line, I was like, no way. I'm just, and I didn't want to even sit in the parking lot for 10 minutes. I was just like, no, I just want to unassign and go. That was probably my fault. I probably should have waited the 10, and then maybe that worry-free would have popped up. But yeah, I don't know. So I unassigned from both of those. And then I get this one at 8:20. It's a Popeyes. It's a stacked order for $6.75, no tips. And I'm like, bro, no tips, me delivering on New Year's Eve, and you don't want to tip me, and it's $6.75 for 2 orders. That's basically like what, a little over $3 per order. I'm like, no, not doing it. So I declined it. And that's pretty much it right there. I ended it at 8:20. So it was a really, really short shift for me, 5 to 8:20. But right there, you can see it was logged in 4:58, end time 8:21, dash time 3 hours and 23 minutes, active 2 hours and 26 minutes, did a total of 8 deliveries, 83.55. So 83.55 divided by the 3.5. So that was an average of $23.87. Not bad, man. $23.87 in a brand new zone that I've never dashed in. I mean, it was pretty busy. To be honest with you, but I'm gonna try it here. I'm actually parked outside the zone I was at yesterday. I'm gonna try it again today. It's New Year's Day. So I scheduled myself 12. It's 11:57 here at the time of recording. So I scheduled myself 12. And I'm going to work until probably 8 o'clock. So I'm going to put a solid 8 hours in. But I'm going to split my shifts up. I did 12 to 4. And then I did 4:30 to 8. So, just because I like to be able to get something to eat like halfway through or whatever. But yeah, so I'm going to post today's, especially if I have a really good day like I did last night. I'll post it a little later on tonight to, the first dash of the new year. But that was my last dash of 2025. And then today will be my first dash of 26. So we'll see how good that goes. But hope you guys have a happy New Year's. Hope you guys are smart. You make good decisions. You're out there making that money. And until the next one, guys, peace.